lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. Down, magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have?
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cousins on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Body Calhoun. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Philip Lindsay. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. Freeman. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
1st down, Broncos.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A break from the ground game here. Flacco. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Barely got that snap off. Flacco now. He's going to air one out. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Check.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Now a run with Cook. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I got this. Mike 51. Check out.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Cousins. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset.
Yep.
Draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on. Check. Watch safety treatment.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Check. Monday. That's left. Watch the shit.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might well go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Dad! 20! Check. Watch the before. Gun. Mike 5-4. You're over here. Ball.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Freeman. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off. It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games, and now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Cousins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a first down.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Cousins now from the 50. Steps away. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Justin Simmons on the tackle.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some.
Now Cousins. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Adam Gotsis in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This is taken around the 12. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On 2nd and 9, Flacco. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Bravo. You get tired of seeing me. Mike 42, Mike 42. John. Don't get nervous.
Flacco from the gun. Flushed. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. Touchdown, Minnesota. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out. To the 25 on the touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike.
First throw now for the backup lock. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. He's got a man, complete. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's locked. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Go. Mike 4-2, Mike 4-2. Hey, let's get that ball, G. Let's get that ball. Start Mike 42, Mike 42. Oh, get it.
Clock now to throw. Bearing one deep for Riddick. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Look at me, zipper. Y'all playing the wrong football. 42 to Mike, boys, 42. Hey, echo. Yeah.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Yep. Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Hey, Haywood. Hey, check. 3 down. Mike 42.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. He'll let this go for the end zone. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Hey, Alpha. Mike's 42. They're going to need some therapy after this.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Oh, it's a wobbler here. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin.
You ain't doing nothing today.
A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give running right, Lindsey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
80 weapons. Here we go again.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsey, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
From the 27, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Rock it. Go on.
Another run by Lindsey. And some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 23-yard line.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. They're going to be stopped up on his first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They go back to Reddick. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Go now, 10 Lobo. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Mike 42, Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Hey, exit.
On third down, Locke looking for the end zone. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. The kick by McManus is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
First down, here's Cousins. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Cousins gives way to Cook. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. The first run for the backup, Abdullah. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Mike Zimmer's made his decision, and that decision is to try and go for this thing on 4th down. Running for it, here's Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Cook. Cook able to escape. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
It's our time. It's our time.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Tackle made there by Trayvon Howard.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 16 yards, a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that can come back and get you.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. To throw, Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, they got the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Lock now on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw at his lock. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too...
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Ready? Now on 2nd and 16, Locke. Finds his rookie first-rounder. It's Noah Fant. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
15 line. Go. Hey, Charlie. Check line 54. Line 54. Watch the curl. Line 54.
1st and 10. Here's Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down.
Hey, wahoo! Now! Mike by 4. Too little, Captain. Hey, watch that. Watch it go.
On 1st down, Locke. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
5. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, 5.
Locke again here on 2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They look to throw. It's Locke. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54. Get it.
They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the